So I saw a Tom Cruise movie I've never seen before, a popular one for the first time.
Which Tom Cruise film was that?
Minority Report. You seen that one?
Many times.
Steven Spielberg. Obviously.
Exactly.
Steven Spielberg.
But it's also one of my. It would be in my. It would be in my top 10 for sure of Tom Cruise films.
Oh well.
I did you like it?
No, yeah, it was fun.
It's a cool concept.
Yeah, the concept's great. Love it. It's very dated. In terms
It is.
of,
When you got to take that. I was hoping you obviously you take that into consideration.
The VFX and how far we've come, and then also, it's so. We did this a lot in the early 2000s. Everything has like this soap opera lighting behind it.
Yeah.
It's so strange. I don't know why that was a thing.
And it's very interesting. That's not when you watch that film, you would not think it's Steven Spielberg.
No, yeah.
It's very different for him.
Great concept, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Good.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Rex. This is Corbin.
I'm Rick.
I mean, Tom Cruise was the same Tom Cruise he's always in everything, which is one of the biggest problems I have with him. Ugh. I did watch also Seven for the first time. I'd never seen Seven.
You'd never seen Seven?
I'd never seen Seven.
Isn't that a fun movie?
Loved Seven.
Loved
Although
that
I did figure out what was in the box.
Yeah, of course.
But I was kind of disappointed.
Don't if you don't know, don't spoil it. But
I was expecting something because I mean the hype. It's hard to build up to what I've heard what's in the box. It's hard to live up to the hype, and it was just like I thought something cooler would have been in the box.
Yeah, and I don't think it's in. I think it's supposed to be because when he's saying what's in the box, you can hear in his voice. He's afraid of what's in. He knows what's in there.
Yeah, I just thought it. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
It's a great.
I don't want to spoil anything because if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Have you seen? Oh, doggone it! It's the. Dang it! What's the name of the movie? Now that you said Seven, it's the really famous Bruce Willis movie with the kid who says, "I see dead people." Don't give any spoilers away if you know that
Unbreakable?
film. No. Doggone it! You've already put it in the comments.
Anyways, but
have you seen that film?
Yes. I've seen that one.
That's a great film.
Another man who I'm not a huge fan of.
Did you see
his acting work?
Speaking of Tom Cruise,
poor guy though. Right now, it's so sad.
I know. Have you seen? You've seen Jerry Maguire?
No.
Okay. Have you seen Born on the 4th of July?
No.
Okay. You've seen Rain Man?
Yes.
Okay. The Color of Money?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not naming off the ones where he is his best in. Did you see MI3?
I've seen the MI1. That's all I've ever seen.
That's the only MI you've ever seen.
I've told you this.
I for some reason
you told me to skip 2.
Yeah, don't watch 2. It's Mission Impossible 2 is like Rocky 5. Philip Seymour Hoffman. MI3 is where it all begins. That's really the beginning of the Mission Impossible franchise for me.
Yeah.
MI3.
We'll see.
Okay.
Anyways, so today we have say this.
Viduthalai, if that's right.
Part 1 making video. We saw the trailer for this. This is the one with Vijay Sethupathi. It's out, but it's supposed to be really amazing. It did not get a United States release. At least not here in Los Angeles, anywhere.
I saw.
If it's not in Los Angeles, it's probably nowhere.
Yeah, didn't Rajamouli post something about this?
Anurag has talked about it. Rajamouli has talked about it. And I really want to see it. I mean, so I guess we're gonna have to wait for because it's getting rave reviews. It's getting all that kind of stuff. I really wanted to see it. It's not available here in the United States. If anybody knows a producer. Director doesn't have social, so I can't reach out to him via that way, or I would for a screener.
Did you ask Anurag if he knows anybody?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
But if anybody does, let me know, because I would love to get a screener.
We would love to review this.
I was excited for this, and
Me too.
I was really hoping that we could see it in theaters, but it's not available. But this is kind of like the Leo behind-the-scenes making stuff. Doesn't give away spoilers or anything.
Great.
It's just kind of what they kind of behind-the-scenes making of kind of stuff. So.
Got it.
Let's just get into this. Really sad that it's not available here.
Did you see The Last Samurai?
I did when I was like really young.
Okay. Yeah, you probably should revisit that.
Really young.
Yeah.
Like 10 or something like that.
That's one of my favorite Tom Cruise films.
Here we go. Nice. Shouts out to camera work. Oh, nice. Nice.
The world of the cinematographer, man.
Camera people are so fun.
Nice. I've never seen cinematographer on rollerblades. Have you? I can't think of a time I've ever seen a cinematographer on rollerblades.
It's probably just budgetary or because of the terrain.
Or the terrain. Gotta be.
They couldn't use a... Nice stunt work, buddy. He hit his head there, too. Oh.
Run! Faster, faster, faster!
You're not doing what I want! Great music.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
That's a stunt I would definitely do.
What?
Like the torturing?
Oh, yeah,
down.
the hanging upside down? Yeah, you and I are of the same ilk to do as many of our own stunts as is feasible.
Yeah. If I can, I would like to.
Absolutely, would love to do. That was fun.
I love stuff like this. Hold on, what did that say?
It said worldwide release March 31st.
Incorrect.
Yeah, no, that was not a worldwide release.
Hold on.
I wonder why distribution didn't do it.
Money, probably. It's
always
it
money.
Looks like
Yeah,
a
of course,
small
but
budget film.
What's the reason behind that?
Let's see.
I mean, digital distribution's not nearly as expensive as it was when you did reels.
Fandango. Let me change the radius. Nope, it's as big as I can do it.
Not even down in Orange County?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. I really want to see it.
Does Lamellet show up in Fandango, or are they independent and don't show up in Fandango? Because if anyone had
show
it,
up. They
do. Okay.
They show up.
Right.
Yeah, I love stuff like this. One, I like that this is more of a, because sometimes you'll see behind the scenes and it's more star. They want to let the audience see the star oftentimes.
Mm-hmm.
And lately we've seen a lot of like Leo, they just shouting out the crew and what they do, which is great because the crew is the unsung hero of filmmaking.
Always.
Because they're not the ones that you see on screen. They're not the director or the writer or the ones with the name that flash up on the screen until the very end.
As are the stunt people.
Yes.
Oscars.
Yeah. But I just, because the crew is who you oftentimes like really, I mean, obviously, if depending on your department, if you're an actor, a lot of times you'll be around other actors all the time because the crew sets up the shots and that kind of stuff, and the actors will be with each other or in makeup or wardrobe, which is why they're pretty close oftentimes. But also, you get pretty close to the crew if they're
especially
if it's a good crew.
the production assistants and the ADs. I mean, a lot of the time, and I would say maybe even more of the time, actors will become more connected and spend way more time with crew than cast.
A lot of time, yeah. It just depends on the cast.
Depends on the casting situations.
Because sometimes you're not even in the shots, so you just kind of have to be off to the side. But yeah, like I was just on a short film I did, and the crew was great, but it was funny because it was the entire crew was Chinese, and they all
spoke
unless they
Mandarin.
were speaking to me,
Yeah.
or the other actor, who was also a white man. They were speaking Mandarin.
That's awesome.
And so it was, I was just trying to, it's hard language to pick up.
Oh my
word.
there's nothing to pick up.
Yeah,
there.
it's like, because they make sounds that we don't make here in English at all.
At all. It's not even like on What Dictators Dream About. Our producer was Chinese, and another person there was Chinese. So they occasionally spoke, but the majority of the rest of the crew were Russian American or Ukrainian, and they were all speaking Russian. But in Russian, you can pick up a couple of things, not in Mandarin, man.
Yeah, man. So I kept trying to just say certain
Did you learn
things.
anything? Did they teach you any
They did.
words?
I've forgotten it already.
Yeah.
But it's just like Indian in terms of like everybody knows English. They know their mother tongue.
Of course.
They probably know one of the major other languages in India.
Did I ever tell you the story about my dad and I getting caught doing our fake Mandarin at a clothing store?
Yikes.
We were in the clothing store, and my dad and I would do this just to be silly. So he would get the clothes and he would do this. He'd grab the clothes and he'd go, we did it. We're joking around. Now, no one's around, so he's just doing it to make me laugh. We walk up. As we're buying the clothes, I look and I see the girl behind the counter. She looks Chinese, and I'm immediately thinking, oh my goodness, I hope she didn't hear us. We get up. She says, can I ask you guys a question? My heart starts racing. She says, I was 17, 16, maybe younger. She says, what language were you guys speaking? And my dad apologizes and goes to great lengths, and her eyes start to widen. And she said, you weren't speaking a Chinese language? He said, oh, no, that was just gibberish. She said, I speak Mandarin. I wasn't wondering whether you were speaking Chinese or not. I was trying to figure out which dialect you were using because he had so many sounds that were phonetically similar. Nice. But boy, phew, that was a...
Yeah.
We never did that in front of anybody else. That was just
yeah.
my dad and I together, and he would do it just to make me laugh because he sounded legitimately Chinese.
But on these, the camera people and the DPs and the cinematographers, with the length they go to get certain shots is amazing. Like the guy that was on the pulley, or the guy that was on the rollerblades, which is great, dangerous because that looked like it was on a slope.
Yep.
But they're so committed because they're like, no, I have to get this shot, and so they go to such great lengths.
Yeah, and you've got to. There's times where, as an actor, you've got to be so patient. Not just the waiting in between shots, but you'll be in a shot that's getting set up, and you think it's ready to go, and you're in the moment, and then something happens, and they need to change the battery on the camera. They don't like what they see in the monitor, so the cinematographer is going to change a lens, so someone has to bring them the lens to change it out, and maybe that person wasn't there to get the lens.
The director and the DP are arguing
with each other, and then they don't like a particular light that's flaring, and they've asked the guy, the grip, to come and change, and he didn't do it right, and you're still sitting there waiting for them to say action.
It's always one of my favorite things I always look forward to for some reason on set is when will the director and the DP
not if,
start arguing.
When, yeah.
Because even if they get along, they're just going to inevitably, because they're both kind of, I mean, the director has final say, but they're both like in charge of how shots are looking, and the DP could have one opinion about, no, this looks so much better, and they're like, no, that's not my vision.
That happened.
It happened multiple times
Me
on the
too.
shoot I was on.
I remember one time
it always happens.
The cinematographer, he wanted a particular look on the shot, and Christian, who's the writer-director, he said, we are running out of time. We're already behind schedule. We are 3 scenes behind schedule. And the cinematographer said, I understand that, but my name is going to be in the credits as the cinematographer, and this shot isn't the best thing it's going to be. Well, then how are you going to do that? We can't reset this shot. We need to move on. It's great.
Yeah, it's every set I've ever been on.
Always
a DP director,
and
squabble.
tensions are always particularly high on TV versus film because you have a bit more time crunch that you've got to get stuff done. So tensions tend to be high for pretty much everybody on a TV set.
Anyways, that was great. Once again, if anybody knows anybody that's been on this production that I can talk to
Please.
talk about a screener. If not, I guess we're just gonna have to wait for OTT. But I'm looking forward to this. If you've seen it, let us know how it was. Obviously, without any spoilers, in the comments below. Juice!